All right, Pro Dumpster Diver back at it again. Okay, so let's go over the 86 pounds of gold scrap we basically have. This is the continuation. Some people are saying, dude, why are there so many videos? Because it takes so long. Okay, we're doing a lot of work here, a lot of work. Okay, so what we basically have is we have the 86 pounds of boards. I took the boards out and I took the liquid out. And what we're going to do is we're going to start sifting off today, and then we're going to put some boards back in that still need time and take the boards out that basically don't. Like this board here still might need a little bit of time, or I can just wash it off and then put it in. Okay? So how this is going to work and to get the best bang for your buck is we're going to take our regular bucket. I still got some gold in the middle of it. We're going to take our regular bucket and we're going to sift that through this, okay? So I started draining a little bit off the gold there. But again, here's the thing. I don't need all the gold off of this. I just need some because there's still boards that have to get cleaned up, okay? So what I'm going to do is I have the regular part here, and I slowly started sifting off some of it here. So we do have some gold, but we don't have all of it that's in there, okay? So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take the water, I wash it out a little bit, and we're gonna put this water through this sieve. That's it, okay? So I'm gonna put this here, okay? And all I'm gonna do is take the water that's in here after I wash it a little bit, okay, and put it in there. Now, some of you are asking, okay, so wait, what's next? What are you going to do? Okay, the plan is this, okay, because some of the boards are, like, if you look here, a lot of the boards don't have any gold on it. So the gold is already in the liquid in the mixture, which is good. All right. However, some of the boards still do have gold on it, and we need the gold off of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to end up taking the old boards that we don't need that have no gold on it, and we're going to put it aside, okay? And the boards that still have gold on it, we're going to put them back in the mixture, but not in this, because we want to drain this through the filter, okay? And if we don't get all the gold, it's fine, because it still has to work the acid through all of these, okay? Now, what we also have to do is we also have to put the bubbler back, okay? So we also have to put the bubbler back there, okay? So that's the direct plan. So right now, we are going to sieve this here. Okay? Very simple. All right. Once all of that gold is out, we're going to put that back. Okay? Now, as you can see in the sunlight, there's a lot of gold reflecting up there, right? So it's going to take its time. We're not going to do much with that. We're going to leave that there, okay? Now, what we're going to do is that we're going to start putting in, not the boards, we're going to start putting in the plastic for the bubbler, okay? Which is very, very important. We need the plastic for the bubbler in there so it can actually get rid of all the boards here. As you can clearly see, I'm going to take this plastic up, and this is how it basically looks, okay? It's basically just plastic that goes in here and bubbles it up. All right, it's a fish tank. Now, for the previous people who didn't see this, this here is an aquaculture air pump that I used from Walmart, and the bubbles are going to end up coming up from the bottom. In order for the bubbles to come up from the bottom, you have to put a lot of weight on this, okay? Also, I have to make sure that this is flat to the wall, and also I don't want to get rain on it as well, okay? So the wire is going to be up there. So what I'm going to do now is I have the pump going to a wall, and I have a weight which is right here. And what this weight does is this weight actually keeps the bubbler flat to the wall so that the bubbles can actually go down. Okay, I want this to go down, but I need it to go down all the way to the bottom, and then I need to put some weight to it as well. Okay, so we're going to let this go out a little bit more. I can bring it down all the way if I wanted to be honest. So if I need the tubes to get to the bottom, the bubbler should basically be about here. This is very simple. All right, I'm going to put the weight right here. All right, the weight is there and the plastic tubes are there. Okay, now I do want to put them separately on the other side there. Okay, that's what we got so far. Now, when you don't cover your stuff down, birds can get into it, leaves can get into it like this. You see some leaves in there, which obviously is a problem, so we got to fix that as well. Okay, well, as I'm looking at this right now, this is already sifting out, which is very good. I'm going to take it out of this here. Beautiful, looking very beautiful. Now this is a bit of gold piece in there. Okay, yeah, a little bit of gold piece in there. Okay, all right, beautiful. All right, I'm gonna leave that. And now what we're gonna do is now we still have the other projects to look up to, by the way. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember, inside of this is another gold project we have in here. And we haven't even checked up on those yet. And it's been a while. Okay, so we have this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the boards that are done. They have no gold on them. Okay, we're going to put those boards aside. And then we're going to find the boards that have gold on them that still have to go into the acid. And we're going to put them in here. So how this is going to work is I'm going to end up sifting through the boards. Okay, old boards aside that are done. And the boards that still have gold on it, what we're going to do is we're going to put them flat in here on the tubes so that the tubes stay down there. And then once all of the boards are inside, it'll probably be less boards in half. We're going to take this here with our measuring cup and we're going to sift it through that to pull some of the gold out. Now it is going to take some time because it's going to fill up with a lot of gold and it's not even all the gold, but we want to see the amount of gold that's basically there. Okay, a perfect example, look at this, right? I put water into this on the same vid and I'm still waiting for all the gold to go off. And the reason why it's taking basically so long is that, again, the bottom is just covered in gold. So it's going to end up taking its time. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a new filter for that, right? Not this here. We're going to get, not now, when I say a new filter, I'm not talking about we're going to end up using new coffee filters. We got to end up using these strainers. So I'm going to use one strainer. Actually, I can probably just take this big strainer here and actually just put coffee filters on it and basically just put it on top. That's what we're going to do. Okay. So, all right, stay tuned for the second half of the video when we start doing that. All right, so this is part 2. So what we did is we had our boards out and we are filtering off the last bit of liquid that is basically in here right now. Now, again, some of the boards, as you can see, they're about half filled. They still have some gold on it, but you can clearly see the brown spots there that are basically off. This one looks totally clean, by the way, which is very, very nice. But again, you still have to go ahead and go through it and definitely do that. So what I did is that I ended up filtering some of it before going in, and I also hooked up the bubbler. So what I did is you have the plastic here. Okay, these are the plastic tubes. This here is basically just an air pump for an actual aquarium or small betta fish. And I have this wired up to a small little inverter, and then to a jump starter. So I have this going on all day, and then when I come home at night, the battery's low. So I take it home during the nighttime. I take it in, I charge it up, and then I put it back out here right now. Right, this is basically just for gold. And remember, look at the previous videos. We got these for free. Like the one I bought at a thrift store doesn't work because it has no battery in it, which is insane. Okay, so that is what we have so far. Now what we're doing is we're just filtering out some of the gold just to see what it is. Now the bubbler is on, by the way, so let me actually move this and show you guys. See that? The bubbles that are down there, that's the bubbler. Okay, now for some reason it's very low. It might be the battery is low. Again, things like that happen, but you can already see because the bubbler is at the bottom of the bucket here. It's at the bottom of the container. It's basically just bringing up oxygen, okay? And you can actually see a lot of gold already floating up there right now, which is absolutely huge. Is it going to take a long time to do this? Absolutely. I believe this has been in the bucket for maybe 3 weeks now, about 3 weeks, okay? And so far, there is a lot of gold on this. I can't tell you the amount that's practically there. We still have the other projects that we have to work on right now as well. They're all just sitting there. So what I'll do is I just basically, let's actually look at all the other projects there. We have this, and look at that. We got a lot of gold on the bottom. If I just tap this here, got a lot of gold there. Tap this on the bottom. Yep, got a lot of gold there as well. This is beautiful. And then this container, we really haven't even looked at this one yet. Let's see what we got. Man, that water is black. That water is black right there. Oof. Give it a tap. I'm careful with that there. So yeah, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 projects going on. Now, someone would ask, what is the amount of gold you expect to get out of this? To be honest, I couldn't tell you. Like I really couldn't tell you right now. Out of all of this here, if I get, this is 86 pounds in here, by the way. If I get 1 gram per pound in this, or even a half a gram per pound, hey, listen, I'll be happy. I'm not really concerned. The gold itself, the price of gold, as you guys already know, is constantly changing. And the reason why I'm trying to get all this gold done here is because it's going to get really cold out. And when it gets really cold out, you're not going to really be able to do this right now. Like if this is done in a warmer climate, it will probably be done faster. But because it's cold outside right now, it's a bit less effective. Okay, so it's going to take time. I am still filtering some of this out. Okay, I do have to get ready for work right now, right? So I have the last few bits in here right now, as you can clearly see, and you already have a lot of gold on the bottom. So just putting that in, filtering that out is just definitely beautiful. And then what we're going to do is that I bought a glass container to put all my gold flakes in. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm not going to end up melting the gold flakes into a bar. I'm basically going to end up collecting them and doing that at a later date, because I tried to do that beforehand and it's just taking so long to do it. So we're going to get all of our gold flakes and melt them all down into a bar later on right now, okay? And the crazy part is that we still have other projects out here. I want to give this all another month, and then in another month, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come out, and the boards that still have any gold on it, we're just going to scrape off, okay? So for those of you saying, hey, listen, what are you going to use to scrape it off with, okay? We're going to use a wire brush, all right? So this is a wire brush that you can get at Harbor Freight. I believe it's a lot cheaper. They have 6 wire brushes in there for like $1.99 or $2.99. But this is a wire brush. And what this is going to do, this is going to add a bit of grip to the boards to brush that gold off. Okay? So far, so good. This is working out right now. Again, as I said, I can clearly see the gold right now. This investment is definitely paying off as well. You already have a lot of gold bubbling up because of the oxygen putting in it. And this is definitely good, you know? So I'm going to show you guys something. Let me show you something. Okay. All right. I want to show you, like, what the question is, what would be the amount of gold that's in that? So right now, I'm going to do this at the last part of the video. We're going to see what type of gold is at the end of it right now. Okay. I'm going to put this here, put this standing up. Okay. All right. Now, what I have is I actually have the bucket. Okay, now the bucket is actually what I had for all of the gold that was basically at the bottom of it sitting for about 2 days, and we're gonna watch that gold basically pour out. I don't want to pour out all of it at one time, but look at the gold that is in there right now. It's just swimming in there. Okay, that is a massive amount of gold. Okay, I could just show you guys. Look at the amount of gold that is going to pour out. Look at that. It's practically like a different color. And again, this is why you have to be very, very careful filtering it, because you could lose a lot of gold just in the drops in different things around it right now. This is why you have to be very careful, right? You saw the amount of gold that was in there? It's insane. Also, on top of that, I also have to make sure, guess what? I cover this up, because if I don't cover it up, a whole bunch of leaves are going to get into it, and it's definitely not good, okay? And guess what? I still have other projects to work on right now, okay? One with 86 pounds in it. I believe that's 35 pounds, 25 pounds, 25 pounds, and another 35 pounds there, okay? If I only end up getting 1 gram per pound, hey, listen, I'm fine, right? But I might want to sell that because I know Trump is going to stabilize the economy a bit. And so if I don't do that, gold will drop to like 2,000 instead of 2,700, and I'll get less money for it. Very simple, okay? Whoo, man, this is amazing, right? And guess what? From what you guys have seen on this channel, I got a lot more gold. I got boxes of other gold. This isn't, understand something. This is muriatic acid and hydrogen peroxide mix over here we're doing with the gold boards. This is a slow process. We still have other boards to reverse electroplate. Okay? Almost at 100 pounds. All right? And I'm still doing regular dumpster diving videos, which is insane. On top of that, we still have silver. We haven't even touched silver yet. Right? Like, again, there's so much money to make in this economy. It is insane. Look at that gold in there bubbling up. What you looking at, buddy? Yeah, you worth a lot of money, ain't you? But I'm keeping this gold right now because of why it is very important to make sure you stay stable right now, okay? Now, that's taken a long time to go out because of how just thick the gold is piling up right now. And again, it's going back in the bucket, so I'm not really concerned or worried right now. Like, I could actually pour some of that off, even though I really don't want to. It's just, look at that. Yeah, the gold is just piling up at the corners right now. You can see that, right? Yeah. If I had a weaker, if I use less filter papers in it, it would be different, okay? So again, what I'm going to do is this. I'm actually going to put that in through again. Damn, that thing dries up pretty fast, okay? Just to show you guys the amount of gold that's in it. Look at the amount of gold that is going to end up pouring out. Fuck, man. Just look at that. Right? And I got to keep doing this because look, gold is still coming out. Oh, it smells. Right? That's an example. When I pour that back in there, because I know it's going to filter right now. All right? Again, this is just something that now what I'm going to do is I still have some water in here that I was washing out with. It still has some gold in it. So I'm going to run that through a little filter. And then I'm going to run that through a little filter. Do I have a filter out here? I don't think I have a good filter. I could actually take an old filter, but I don't want to do that because it's got a lot of dirt and it's going to add up to the weight. So we're not going to do that. So I'm going to filter that out. I did buy more strainers and then we'll be good to go. All right. That is going to be it for this video. Look at that. Look at that beautiful. You sexy little gold, you. Look at that, man. The amount of gold that's going to be coming out of this is just fucking insane. It's insane already. Look at that. The gold is just sitting down in there, man. Don't tell me this ain't worth no money. This is a lot of money, and it's going to take some time to process as well. The one thing about this is that it takes time, right? I've been waiting on this 3 weeks. And again, I'm not mad. The gold is coming off. I'm not upset, right? It's just taking time. So you have to have some time to do this, okay? The air bubbler is in. This is actually on right now. It's vibrating. And this is good. All right, guys. Make sure whatever you do, you make money. And we're also going to start another part of this channel for expensive purses right now. Cleaning purses, which are going to be a huge thing. All right. Put on Sadav out.